Young ladies, come down here to the front for this moment. I always immensely enjoy our time together. The children's message. It's a chance for me just to talk right to you. And I'm so proud of our children's church workers and leaders. You get to have your own church, and they work very hard to prepare your lessons. And we have some wild ones that are coming and say, well, I don't know what this is all about. Let's give it a try. It looks like it might be fun. We'll see. Sometimes it involves sound and noise or color. Good morning. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. All of you look so lovely. And I remember thinking back on my daughter's life. Every once in a while, Terry would have to be away on a school conference or sometimes a Christian woman's conference. And it would be my job to get the kids ready and take them to church myself. It was always a challenge. Carice always went to church on that Sunday with funny hair. Funny hair. Men, I would say not men, but I was challenged doing hair. I'm going to be talking with the adults today. There's a time when Jesus was talking to a crowd of people, and he said, if you have ears to hear, then hear. And that's a funny thing. Everybody there had ears probably. But what he was saying was that sometimes people have eyes, but they're really not paying attention. Your teacher might accuse you of that. Say, hey, listen or watch. Look at this. And so sometimes though you have eyes and ears, Jesus was saying, hey, listen and look. There are things that some people can see and other people can't see. I want to show you something. Mr. Andy, there's an image on the desktop called color. Now this is a test that optometrists use to test your eyes. Now I don't know what you see there, but as I'm getting older and older, I'm becoming more and more colorblind. So there are some people that can look at this picture and they don't see anything. Now, there is something inside that picture. If you can see what's inside that, then that means you're not colorblind. Now, if you are colorblind, that's not the end of the world. It just means that you have to get someone else to pick your clothes out for you. Sometimes I put clothes on, and Terry said, is that black? Is that blue? I think it's gray. Everything began to look gray to me. Do you see something? What are you seeing there, Avery? It's a 5. So there's a bunch of blue dots, and then it looks like to me a green 5. And if you can't see that 5, like I said, don't worry about it, but you might be a little bit colorblind. This is a test that eye doctors or optometrists use to see, and there are hundreds of these kind of pictures, to what extent or how far your colorblindness goes. And so there are some people who can't see the 5. Now, years ago, the Decatur Daily was putting all different kinds of hidden images. I couldn't see any of them. It just looked like a mixture of nothing to me. So this is a good test. You and I can't all see the same things. Nothing looks the same to everybody. It's kind of like food. We'll be talking about food today because sometimes someone will taste it and say, oh, I don't like that. You can always tell when Harper doesn't like something, she spits it out. Yeah. Just spits it out. Well, you're supposed to be polite and nod and swallow it, buddy, if you don't like it. But she seems to doesn't want to do that. All right, let's close that out. Now, this is something, and I've tested it this morning. This is new to me. There are some things, some sounds that not everybody can hear. Now, I have this is from a hearing test, and Andy, there's a hearing test on there, and you need to have the volume on on the soundboard cranked up a little bit. Now, I played this during Sunday school for Addison this morning. Addison says that she can hear this sound, and I cannot. Now, this sound, if you're older than 30 years of age, it says you can't hear this sound. Now, we were eating out at a restaurant Friday night, and there were some parents there that had children, and I don't think those parents could hear those children.
I said that several times.
I'm thinking, I want to go over to the table and I say, can you tell your children to be quiet, please? But I didn't. My wife makes me not do that. But I was like, it's just going right through my head bone. And the parents are just kind of passing the salt, putting the stuff up, cutting up, and the kids are going, ah! And I'm thinking, good night. Well, Addison says that this, not only she can hear it, I can't hear it at all. She says it hurts her ears. So it's not my intention to make anybody feel discomfort. But crank that up and play it, Andy. Let's see what we get. And I'm interested in finding out if you can hear this or not. Adults can't hear this sound. 25 years cannot hear, 25 to 30. You can try it with your parents, it says. Don't use headphones. Here we go. Can you hear that? I can't hear anything. Lacey, can you hear that? Young ears. Randy, can you hear that? You heard it?
Maybe it's just you.
Alan, can you hear that voice?
It's just a buzz.
A buzz. I couldn't hear it.
It's just computer feedback.
I couldn't hear it. Kim, did you hear anything?
Yeah.
All right.
See?
Let's do it again. Johnny, you hear anything?
I couldn't hear me.
Hey, Johnny is blind to deaf. Chris, you're really old now. Could you hear it? You can hear it. Play that again, Andy. Let's just see.
I just heard a buzz.
It's kind of a whistle. It's supposed to be wee. That's what.
I just heard a buzz.
Crank up the volume. There you go. It hasn't started yet. Here we go, it says. Sound is playing now. Can you hear it? It hurt your ear? I can't hear a thing. Okay.
I only got one ear.
Barbara, can you hear that? You can hear it. I looked down the comments of the video, and there's a lot of people who are older than me and said they can hear it as well. Their hearing is very good.
She heard it.
Did you hear it?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Jesus said, if you have ears to hear, then listen. And so we can't all hear the same. We can't all see the same. Johnny's completely in the dark, and he is, and so that's completely understandable. But what Jesus was trying to say is he says there are some very important things that we need to see, some things we need to hear. And sometimes we need to realize that we're missing something. We don't want to miss what he's trying to say to us and what he's trying to show us. Sometimes we have to be very still, and sometimes we have to be careful not to miss the point that he's trying to get to us. All right? Thank you very much. The Lamb service has been very active this morning. Bye.
She got to tell you something.
All right.
Jump on.
What do you want to say? You can hear it? Okay. I could not hear it. I couldn't hear it. Thank you. Danny.